you can always get rid of the automatic negative thoughts. In our minds, we always wrestle with automatic negative thoughts from time to time. And if you are struggling with depression, you will experience a lot of, of negative thoughts taking residence in your brain, taking residence in your thought process. And thoughts like, I don't belong, thoughts like, I am not very smart, no one cares about me, like nothing I do matters, and many other thoughts, negative thoughts that create an internal loop in our brains, and this keeps on repeating itself over and over in your mind. Maybe I will invite you to take a moment and see if you can identify any automatic negative thought that keeps on reoccurring in your brain. I don't know whether something is actually cropping up. It might not be very significant depending on your state at the moment, or it's something that you've easily overcome or you're working on it. But you'll always see that there's something significant that keeps on crossing in your mind, or it might be at a minimal level at the moment. But the important ingredient here is that once you identify the negative thought, the question is, how do you stop them? How do you exterminate the automatic negative thoughts from popping up again? It doesn't work very well to just try hard not to think about specific negative thoughts. It is kind of like someone telling you not to think about, let's say, that there's a green cow. You can't help but think about green cows. Instead, we need to recognize when the thoughts pop up, because they will. Definitely they will, depending on the state of the mind. And after telling your brain to stop it, put all your focus on something else. Focus on something you know to be true and good that can overshadow the negative. Keep your mind on the good thought as long as it is possible, in a very, very deliberate way. Meaning that you can predetermine, you can easily jump into positivity. And when you have that consciousness, essentially you will be able to eliminate all the automatic negative thoughts that keeps on popping up and replace them with some positivity. Allow me in this discussion to help with some of the ways you can replace the negative thoughts. And I would want to look at some positive life truths that I believe are essential to living a life in a healthy and truthful way. I want to challenge you to print them out or write them down. Put them always so that they become your reference point. Because these are true for every human being. You realize some, though it again might depend with the individual, but you will realize that whatever I'll be sharing, some of these things cut across. They might be my experiences, and they might also be experiences that are also relevant to you. My hope is that you see and have these 4 things sink into the deepest part of your heart, your mind, and also your soul. One thing, and number one, is that you must know that you're loved by God. Yeah, because all of us must identify with a higher being, with the Creator. And we must believe that our Creator has some positivity, things positive on earth, on us. He likes us and is there for us. Number two is that one, you must believe that your life has a purpose. Your Creator has uniquely created you and gifted you to make a difference in this world. So your life matters. Your life matters, and it must exit the world naturally, without any infliction, without any forceful process. And must have a natural, smooth transition. Thirdly, believe that you are alive and you can breathe and you can do all that any living thing can do. Remember that whatever is troubling you is not too big to handle only if you turn at your Creator and allow Him to be able to help you intervene. To go to your psychological mind, have a positive interaction with your Creator, and tell your Creator that you have done this before. You have a destiny for me, and you have the keys to the future. You have the keys to the problem. You have the solution to the obstacle. And that with you, I shall overcome. Number 4 is, at times you must also feel that you are forgiven. At times you need to also forgive yourself, because some of the situations we go through, we might want to blame ourselves. We might want to feel as if we have erred the society. We have done wrong to our environment. We have caused unjust to the environment. We are the reason. So when you start thinking in your situation and in the situation around you that you are the cause of that situation, you must be able to believe that in any contribution, then there's a sense that there's room for forgiveness. Because in social life, no one is perfect. Heaven before you and your Creator, we are not perfect. One is superior of the other. So when you trust your life and always ask for forgiveness, because at times you need to resort to a point where you communicate with yourself and communicate with the Spirit and ask for forgiveness and say, I will confront the realities from a clean perspective. Yes, I have erred before. I have my failures. I have my shortcomings. I need forgiveness. I need to start again. And every moment is a moment for fresh start. In every challenge, come out of it and see the will to move on as a fresh start. Don't let the automatic negative thoughts overtake you. Fight back. Take the negative thoughts to another level so that you don't become their captive. Replace them with these living truths. And believe that that is what God says about you. That is what your Creator believes in you. Always believe that there are instruments, there are opportunities for you to get support. Look around you. Look around you in your environment and be able to look for opportunities that can help you reinforce that will, that can help you reinforce that goodwill to move on. Talk to people around. Talk to counselors. Talk to your peer group that provides the positivity, that provides the ignition for you to move on, for you to be able to confront the situation. Draw to yourself only when you want to meditate at an individual level, when you want to look at the inbuilt strength in you, when you want to reignite that ability that you have to be able to confront the automatic negative thoughts. And once you master this within yourself, and you know the triggers, because the triggers are not predetermined. Triggers come at different levels, depending on what we are experiencing at that moment. Because some experiences are accidental. Maybe loss of a relationship, depending on what level of investment, how you had invested in that relationship. And if the loss, is it through nature? Because there are natural happenings in life that make us to even lose relationships. When somebody dies that is so dear to our heart, always compensating that relationship may take us a while. Our ability to be able to accept that is the natural way for all of us, that at one time all of us will have to live this life, that all of us are living as individuals. Your life is individualistic, but as a contribution of the environment. Some relationships also can also end in terms of disagreements or failing to agree in some consensus. Other triggers can be in form of disabilities, unexpected disability that came your way. Some may be also from the social group, the peer group. Loss of job or difficult job situation, or other workplace challenges that are beyond your control. So depending on the nature of your trigger, you must be able to analyze how are you responding to the trigger. what preoccupation are you investing into your brain? Because when you preoccupy your brain, when you preoccupy your mind and the thought process on a specific issue, you paralyze other brain functions to be able to magnify an issue that unconsciously will be able to predominate yourself. So I want us to reach that level where we're able to identify the trigger, identify its effect, and identify our fallback mechanism. Once we get to know the automatic negative thought and how they pop up, and then consciously we know how to counter them, then we shall make a valid contribution to be able to work towards managing depression. So my friends, I want to believe this has provided some insights to us, and it's a discussion that I want us to continue engaging on. Kindly subscribe if you're new to this channel, so that we continue growing our family, we continue sharing together as a family and making some valid contribution in our livelihood. Enjoy your time and have a blessed moment. Thank you very much.